Hey Magic friends, welcome back to Magic Mondays, episode 2. My name is Paul. I like this. We're forming a habit. It's such a beautiful day here in Tampa. There's a hurricane out there. So I took a week off from magic and I dove headfirst into the world of mentalism, and in particular, Derren Brown's world of mentalism. I read Pure Effect, and I can say 100% that the subtleties I gleaned from Derren Brown's Pure Effect will affect my magic, not only magic, but my performance for the rest of my life. One very interesting thing to note is that Derren Brown blatantly mixes magic and mentalism to form something truly unique, and that made me rethink every one of my performances. Because I just read his book, Pure Effect, and the impact it's already had on me as a performer, and I'm talking days after reading it, I'm going to review it. And you might ask yourself, why would you possibly review a book that costs almost $3 grand to purchase on Amazon? Because my little magic rabbits. If you want something bad enough, you will make it happen, and you should want this badly. So on the upside, this can be checked out in certain libraries in the United States for sure. There's a copy at the Harvard Library for all my Cambridge magi out there. What up? So let's dive into this review, shall we? Read it. That's my review. Seriously, as of yet, I don't think I've read a magic book that's impacted me the way that this has. My first thought is that it's intelligent and practical. Especially today, it seems like I'm always swimming through useless props and ideas to get to something of substance, and especially by a creator who has a lot to say about his craft, and Derren Brown especially has a lot to say, which is quite refreshing. So not only is this heavy in his theory, which I love, there's some great card stuff and mentalism effects, but what I took out of it the most was relating to the spectator in a way that only I can. And now that I'm done reading this, I'm going to spend a lot of time on myself and my presentation. You know, I'm ashamed to admit it, but I will. I wasn't focused on the experience of my spectators, and it's an important takeaway that I got from this book. I'm so glad that I started with this book as my frame. I have no doubt that all of my performances, not just mentalism, will be enhanced by the subtleties I learned from Derren. And that brings me to the second book I'll review today, but first, while we're still on Derren, Magic Mondays. So this was actually the first week I watched anything by Derren, and I have to say, after watching his International Magic Lecture, his live lecture, and a lot of his TV performances, I am blown away. Just watching his theater specials introduced a new world to me of what magic can look like on stage. It reinforced in me how important presentation is, and I don't think I've ever given presentation as much thought as it deserves, and I appreciate and respect my boy Derren for instilling that in me. So a caveat for all my fellow public school Ken, if you're gonna read this, you might need a dictionary. His words are smart. Fool me once. Can't get fooled again. Next. Since we're on the subject of books, let's talk about the greatest magic book that will take your performances to the next level. Every performer that interacts with people should have this in their arsenal. It should be mandatory for every magician. And I've never seen it in a magic shop. And here it is. How to Win Spectators and Influence Laymen. It's not the real title. How to Win Friends and Influence People. I think this goes hand in hand with Derren's book and any magic book for that matter. The fact is, you're dealing with people, and knowing how to deal with people more effectively is definitely going to impact your magic. I remember Gregory Wilson in a lecture saying that he thought every magician should at least spend 1 year being a waiter. He claimed that waiting helped his magic because it taught him to deal with many different personalities. My insight on this matter is that with waiting, you don't have magic as a crutch, you have you and your personality, and that forces you to focus on the most important thing you can, developing you. You! Invest in yourself. If you are truly entertaining and sincere just by yourself, without magic, then with magic, your performances are going to be remarkable. So that's it for this Monday. Now that I have Derren Brown's Pure Effect as my framework for mentalism, I'm going to start working on a few pieces, a couple by Andy Nyman, which I'm thrilled about. That I'll talk about a little more next week, and I'll give you an update on my journey with scripting and presentation a little bit later this week. So if you have anything that you would like reviewed, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. You can reach us on Instagram and Facebook as well. So I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next Monday. Peace.